What it do? Ayy, what it do? Ayy, what it do? What it do? What it do? Ayy, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Tyrik Wynn coming at y'all with another episode of Tyrik on the Move. Man, let me tell y'all something. Your boy is back. Your boy is back from spring break vacation. Let me tell y'all something. So I went down to Miami, Florida, right? And so, I was excited because, we was going to have a chance to go to the beach. I ain't been to the beach since, it's been a while since I've been to the beach and stuff. And I was like, I wanted to do like a water sport or whatever. And so it was a family trip. And so me and my cousin, we did the water sport or whatever. We was doing some of the water sports. So first we did the tubing. Now, some of y'all know what tubing is. Tubing is like, you got the boat, right? So you got the little boat. It's not a little boat. It's actually a pretty nice sized boat. You got the boat. Then you got the string attached, and then you got the tube at the end. So it's like a raft. It's like a big raft, and so it's like 4 people can get on it. So it's just like 2 of us. So we was on the raft, right? So he going, and then he like speed up like real fast. So next thing you know, we hopping up and down like this, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And so that thing hurt my back, and like, what 20-year-old y'all know with back problems? I had him after that tube, and I can tell you that. And so that happened, right? And so then we hit like the boat driver, he did like this quick curve and swerve or whatever. Next thing you know, we flipped out the tube. Now we in the middle of the ocean, don't know what's out there, don't know what's gonna come and eat you. So I was like, come and get me. I was like, come and get me now. Man, I was panicking out there, but I mean, we had our life jackets on and stuff. And then we also did the paddle and the stand-up paddleboard. Y'all actually seen it. I posted the stand-up paddleboard on my IG page, so y'all could have seen that too. But yeah, we had a good time, man. It's good to be back. So hey, spring break vacation was very well needed, especially with the school. Let me tell y'all, the school has been something. It has been quite a semester. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It has been a semester, but I'm still getting through it, slowly but surely, and semester's almost over, so I'm glad. But hey, without further ado, we gonna go ahead and get into this show, this amazing episode of Tyrik on the Move. On this episode, I'm interviewing the one and only Jonathan Goldstein. Jonathan Goldstein happens to be a really, really good actor, and also he's a really good director as well. So you guys know Jonathan Goldstein, my Drake and Josh fans, my Nickelodeon fans, Drake and Josh. Jonathan Goldstein played on Drake and Josh. He played as the dad on Drake and Josh. So, and who doesn't love Walter? I mean, come on now, Walter, the weatherman. Come on now. So I'm interviewing him, and also come to find out he also directed a few episodes of iCarly as well, which also happens to be another one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows. I was like, yeah, definitely had to get him on the show. This is actually probably one of the most funniest episodes of Tyrik on the Move yet. We laugh a lot, so just get ready for it. But yeah, man, we had a great, awesome, organic conversation. So without further ado, we gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we gonna get right into it.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Here at Moye's, we have express testing. It takes 15 minutes to get results. We are here to take care of you. Moye's is here. Let us make it better.
When it comes to business communication services, Minuteman Press McDonough can do it all. With a complete range of products and services at your disposal, they can help you get your message out to customers, employees, and vendors. Using the latest printing and document management technology, they handle your projects from start to finish. Their energetic and experienced staff is dedicated to delivering what you need when you need it. Contact Minuteman Press McDonough today at 770-957-0012. They are located at 571 Jonesboro Road, McDonough, Georgia. Moye's Pharmacy and Wender and Roberts are small, locally owned and operated pharmacies dedicated to the best possible experience for each member of their communities. Whether you and your family have been filing your prescription with them for years, or you're new to the Atlanta metro area and want to take advantage of their new health clinics, express testing, or telehealth services, Moye's Pharmacy and Wender and Roberts are here for you. Make it better, one prescription, one person, one community at a time. Find your closest location at moyespharmacy.com and wenderrx.com. Welcome back to the show, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. And now I am joined by the one and only Mr. Jonathan Goldstein, and he's an actor, a director, a musician, and he's really doing big things within the industry. So thank you so much for taking time to come on the show. Welcome to the show. How have you been doing?
Doing okay. Considering.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So, and speaking up, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. And so, speaking of that, how has the quarantine been going for you? What are some things that you've been doing during the quarantine?
Well, when you're an actor, a lot of times you're sitting around waiting by the phone anyway. So, I'm a bit of a homebody to begin with. So I'm perfectly comfortable being at home. So it hasn't changed, I guess, that much. I guess. But having my dog with me, she's sleeping right now, so I don't want to bother her. But has been helpful, but it seems time has slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. I'm certainly not driving as much as I used to, which day to day I love. I'm kind of a guy. If I wasn't an actor, I'd be a truck driver because I love to drive. Mm-hmm. So, but the like going from place to place thing, the short distance driving I don't like. So that's about the biggest change. Staying home, not seeing friends, not being able to hug people. I'm a bit of a hugger myself. So that's about it. I mean, I think it's probably the same for everybody. As far as I've been lucky enough to, I teach acting as well. So I've been teaching acting online, doing like a Zoom class kind of thing, which has been really cool because I have students from all over the world. And that's pretty neat. So yeah, I mean, it's just, it's catering to me being a homebody, which I like.
Got you. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Yeah, and it seems like you're making the best of it, with what you got, and definitely teaching the acting classes, which is also pretty good. So, you're still making the best of the pandemic. So, I definitely applaud you on that. So what are some things that you can say that you've learned about yourself during 2020, within the pandemic and stuff? What can you say that you learned about Jonathan Goldstein?
Well, I'm a bit of an old man, so I pretty much, I wouldn't say I know everything, but I'm pretty on to myself. I'm a procrastinator. Mm-hmm. By nature, and COVID has taken away the meaning of procrastination. So because there's so much time to do everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I've learned. I don't think I've learned much. Does that sound shallow? Do I sound shallow? Shallow.
No, I mean, if like you said, you've been here a while, so you pretty much know yourself by now. So it's it really doesn't sound shallow at all. It actually sounds great because you know yourself as a person, and you've already found yourself and found out who you really are. So I think that's great.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Absolutely. So tell me, let's shift gears a little bit here, get into your career a little bit. So you've been in the industry a really long time. You are a veteran in the industry. I was taking a look at some of your work, and I've had a chance to see some of the shows you've been on and things in that nature. So tell everybody a little bit about some of the projects that you've worked on and what were some of your favorite moments?
Well, I think like the thing that people would know me for, they might not know looking at me right now because I look like a hippie. Like the biggest thing that people would know me from is probably from Drake and Josh, where I played Walter, the dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was by far the longest run I had on a TV show as a regular on that. So that's been sort of a crown jewel in the career. Yeah. Also because it really did help me sort of scratch the surface of the popular culture. So it allows me to, when people meet me and they know who I am, they immediately have affection for me that frankly is not deserved. So that's a really interesting thing. But as far as I'm really fond of a lot of the stage work that I've done. I did a play a couple of years ago called If I Forget at the Studio Theater in Washington D.C., which I loved. It was really hard for me. I learned a lot about getting old here because it'd been a minute since I'd done theater, and
Gotcha.
I forgot how strenuous it was, and I was having a lot of problems, and a lot of them were physical issues, and I didn't realize it till right before we opened. And so, yeah, I don't want to get into the details because they're kind of gross, but I basically started taking my medication again, and suddenly everything was easy. And I realized, oh wow, you really do in fact have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So that was talking about it was something that I learned. I'm working on something coming up. I just did some voiceover work, some dubbing work that was really fun for Netflix for a show called Undercover.
Okay.
That's going to be coming out in a few months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I play a bad guy, but it was voiceover work, so it was dubbing. I think the show was originally from Belgium, and I was playing one of the bad guys. So it was great to do the whole arc in this whole season. It was really interesting work to have to match the intensity of a performance that already exists. And I've done voiceover work a bit, so it wasn't new, but that was really exciting. I don't know what else. Always the next job is the most exciting job. What else? There's tons of TV stuff, and that's always interesting and exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Absolutely, no doubt. But yeah,
how am I rating as a guest right now? I mean, am I doing okay? Am I interesting?
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10. Let me tell you. Yes, love it. No doubt about it. So, and you actually mentioned Drake and Josh, which let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I even though I'm in this industry, I'm in the TV industry as well, still a big fan through and through, no doubt about it. So you, Nancy, Drake, Josh, Miranda, love all of you guys. So tell me, what was the audition process like for Drake and Josh?
It took a while.
Mm-hmm.
They had already cast the show. For the most part, I was the last person cast. There was another guy who played Walter, and I don't know much about that. I chose not to pay attention because I didn't want to know about, taking somebody else's job. Yeah. For whatever reason, they decided to go a different direction, fortunately for me. I think they had been looking for like 8 months or something like that.
Wow.
And I, got a call from my manager, and I just went in and went into Nickelodeon. I think in Santa Monica, they had offices, and I went in and I went into a small office, and a woman was sitting at a desk. I think they taped it, and I read it, and then I left, and then I forgot about it. And then about a month or two later, I got a call saying they want you to come in for producers. And it's kind of the producer screen test.
Wow.
And at the time, this was a long time ago, and I mean, I had never, as I've been acting for years, but I never thought of myself in the category of TV dad. I mean, that was a new, I had never thought of myself as that. So I was a little shocked. And I show up at Nickelodeon in Burbank, where they're having the auditions, and I'm sitting in the waiting room with like 10 other guys, and they're all TV dads. They're all like, I've seen them on commercials, I've seen them on TV shows. They're all straight up TV dads. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? So I walk into the room, and sitting there is the producer. I don't know who's the producer, but I recognize him as one of my regulars from my restaurant job. And I hadn't seen him in a long time, but for about a year or so, he and his wife were regulars. And I, as a waiter, I hated having regulars. I didn't want regulars in my fancy waiter job. I would just go in and like, as I used to say to my friends, I would like, all right, this is all we do. We insert the steak and we take out the $20 bill. It was like, that was my whole head. Like, I just wanted to do my job and go home. But I liked these guys. They were kind of nice. And one of the guys had been on a TV show that I knew of when I was a kid. I didn't watch it much, but I liked it. And his wife was lovely. And so I joked around with them. They were regulars. But then, and when they were regulars, when I was waiting on them, of course my hair wasn't this long, but it was still kind of shaggy, and I had a beard, and I had also injured myself, so I had for a good 6 to 8 months I had a really bad limp. So I have knee problems and ankle problems that have plagued me my whole life. But so I walk into the room and I look at the guy and I'm like, that's Dan. I know this guy. He's my regular. And he looks at me and I'm like, Dan. And he looks at me and cocks his head. He's like, Jonathan? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, Dan, what are you doing here? He's like, what am I doing here? What are you doing here? You guys called me. And he goes, oh, well, this is my show. This is my show. I'm the producer. I was like, hot damn, that's great. Well, I guess let's act.
Wow.
So I did the audition. We had a good old time, and I left. And that was it. I didn't hear anything. A few weeks went by, and I was in a meeting at this restaurant. I had decided to learn. I had decided to become a trainer, and I was in a meeting with a bunch of other waiters and our general managers. A meeting about teaching waiters to be better waiters. And I had forgotten to turn off my cell phone. It rings. I'm sitting next to my boss, and he gives me a look like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, it's my manager. Give me 1 second. I'll hang up right away. I pick up the phone, and my manager's like, hey, Johnny, want to be on the TV show?
Wow.
And like, don't bother me now. Of course I want to be on the TV show. What's wrong? And she's like, no, stop. No, really. You remember that Nickelodeon show? They want you. Wow. So I hung up the phone. I turned to my boss and I said, I quit. Which ended up, I took that back. I ended up still working there for a while. But yeah, so it ended up that Dan and Lisa, his wife, had always liked me and had decided that they had always said, good God, wouldn't it be great if we could find something fun for this guy to do? Because we like him, which was very nice. But they ended up giving me the job without realizing that it was me that they were giving the job to, because they didn't recognize it. As a matter of fact, when Dan brought the tape home, the audition tapes, he showed them to Lisa and said, which one, who should I pick? And she said, that guy, pointing to me. And he was like, yeah. Do you know who that is? And she was like, no, I don't know. Some actor guy. He was like, no, that's our waiter. That's Jonathan. So they had always wanted to help me out, and they decided to help me out. but after the fact.
Yeah.
which is kind of a fun story. I mean, the truth is, I think out of everybody, at least the line that I got was that Josh and I looked like we were related, and Josh and Nancy and I looked like we were a couple, and I'm just a damn good actor. So it all kind of worked out. But was that too long?
And I think, and let me just tell you, I think that's a really great story because it's like, only people see you on the show, they see you acting on the show, they see you playing the dad, but so many people don't know the backstory behind it, and it's good that you were able to share that with people because everybody has a backstory to them landing that biggest role of their career, so that's great.
And you know what else is really interesting about like the way because everybody consumes the stories and they see the TV show, it's all wonderful, and I do the same thing, right? But when it comes to Drake and Josh, what I don't remember the shows, I remember the experience and the memories.
Yeah.
So it's a really weird thing. Like my recollection, like if I think about like my favorite TV show growing up, my memories are only centered around, the TV show.
Yeah.
But the people who are in it, our memories are about very little about the actual show and more about like what was happening on the set that day and who was late and who who brought in some really good food and all that kind of like lifey stuff. But yeah.
Wow, that's great. And like I said, and it's crazy, I've actually been binge watching the show during quarantine. Believe it or not. Yeah. It does. And like, watching the show, I'm just like, because I watch the show now, and then I used to watch it when I was like, really little and stuff. So it was one of those shows I watched coming up, and then now I'm rewatching it again. I'm like, wow, this is such a great show.
It's funny. It's like there are times when it's like, are they writing for kids here, or because there's some things in there that it's like, this doesn't mean what I think you think it. And it's like there's some stuff in here. It's kind of like Rocky and Bullwinkle. Do you know what that is? The old cartoon.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
No, you don't. You've heard of it. But there's this great thing where it's like they would write these cartoons for little kids, but there'd be sort of adult jokes buried in the material. So it wasn't just writing for kids. And sometimes I really feel like Dan and the gang were up to that. There was one show where I won't say which one it is, but I was like, I went up to Dan, I was like, are you for real about this? I mean, did you guys were you hanging out? And he was like, and he looked at me and goes, I don't know what you're talking about. But I love those guys. The writing teams were great, and Dan I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And Dan, I'm a big fan of Dan's shows. Like, he's made some amazing shows. And also another thing that people may not know about you is actually you had a chance to direct some episodes of iCarly too.
Yeah, I did a couple episodes of iCarly, and I really enjoyed it. It was a little stressful, but it was really wonderful, and I was really thankful to the whole gang and the crew. A bunch of really just the loveliest people. And Dan, when you're getting ready to be a director, one of the things in the business that they do is you shadow the director. That's what they call it. You sort of go on set and you follow one of the directors who's already been directing for a while, and you watch them, you shadow them. And so I've been shadowing for quite some time. And one day we were at the studio and we were walking from the soundstage to one of the editing bays, and Dan sort of stopped in front of me and he turned around and he looked at me and he goes, I've been kind of sending you to film school, haven't I? And I was like, yeah, thanks. He's like, no, you're welcome. The editing gym, we watched the whole thing. But it was great. The first episode I directed was kind of extremely nerve-wracking More because I'm just a nervous person. I'm the mellowest neurotic you'll ever be, and but you know, my neuroses was in full bloom that week. But the second one was much more fun and enjoyed it. But yeah, really great crew. They sort of held my hand through the whole thing. Awesome. And since then, I haven't directed much TV since then. I kind of shifted gears and wanted to concentrate more. I think it was a big mistake. But I sat down with management and was like, look, I really love the directing, but I really want to stick to my acting. And there was a film project that I was getting together to direct, and had been working on it for a couple of years. And then, of course, as oftentimes happens in Hollywood, it fell apart. And once it fell apart, that sort of took the wind out of my sails for a few months. But yeah, I love directing. It's really, really great, and I'd love to do it again soon. But
right.
you know,
Okay.
it's the age of COVID, so who knows?
You never know what might happen nowadays. So, your career. I just want to your career. You have such longevity in your career. You started in like the 90s and the 80s and stuff, and so
The 1890s. You make it sound like I'm so freaking old. I know I kind of look like a young, thin Santa Claus, but geez.
No, I'm not trying to make you sound old. I'm trying to. I want everybody to know that you're well experienced and that you're a veteran in the industry. That's the goal. No doubt about that. So tell everybody, what is the key? What's your secret to longevity in the industry?
Stay away from fried food and eat nectarines. They're the best. You don't even know what that reference is.
I love. Well, I don't know what the reference is, but I love nectarines.
1,000-year-old man, Mel Brooks, Carl Reiner. Nothing.
No.
Reiner was. You know who Mel Brooks is?
I don't think so.
Oh, look those names up.
Okay.
Look, Carl Reiner, a great writer, producer, actor, and Mel Brooks. These are great comedians. My gift to you is those two names. Go look them up. Watch their movies. The Dick Van Dyke Show. Do you know the Dick Van?
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Seminal TV show. That's all Carl Reiner, baby.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Rob Reiner, the director, he directed, The Princess Bride.
Ah, okay.
And many other amazing. Rob Reiner is Carl Reiner's son. So yeah, great pedigree. But anyway, so the joke was like, what's your secret to? They used to do this comedy bit years ago called The 2,000-Year-Old Man.
Yeah.
And here I am explaining it. But one of the things that Mel Brooks, as the 2,000-Year-Old Man, said, "What's the secret of being so, staying alive? Stay away from fried food and have a nectarine." Wonderful. Anyway, so but I think in the business, you're always learning, you're always moving forward. For me, a big thing is if it's outside of your control, don't worry about it. The only things that and I think this is a good life lesson. I learned this from a teacher back in the day. The only thing you're responsible for are the things that you are in control of. And the things that you're in control of are the things that you're in control of. Are you on time? Do you smell good? Do you, do you know your lines? Do you understand the script? Do you do your work? Are you kind to people? Are you, do you treat people with respect? Things like that. Those are the things that are within your control, whether, somebody likes you or if they think you did a good job or not, you can't worry about that stuff. That lies madness. It's best to, just say what you do and do what you say.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I think that's some really great advice, especially for people aspiring to go into the industry and people who plan to continue to stay in the industry if they're already in the industry. So I think that's really amazing. So shifting gears a little bit here, we're gonna learn a little bit more about you personally, and then we'll close it out with this. So tell people, what are some of your favorite things to do? Like when you're not on set, what are some things you like to do in your personal time, or travel wise, or what do you like to do?
Well, I love to travel. I really enjoy like new places and new experiences. And as a teacher, I've had the opportunity to travel around the world, and I love that. Everywhere from the Middle East to South Africa to European countries, all over the United States, Canada as well, Mexico. I'd love to go down to Mexico more, and South America, and Central America. I love to travel. And show business has brought me there too. I think of the last couple of jobs, I did a job recently in Hawaii, and I'd never gotten to go to Hawaii before, so that was great.
Yeah.
And up to Vancouver. Yeah, so I love to travel. I'm a musician as well as I think you mentioned before. Writing songs and playing with my friends is a big passion for me. I love that. It's kind of my bowling night. Other people go out bowl. I like to meet up with a bunch of my old buddies, and we have a band. And back in the day when you could play out, we used to play out. So I love doing that. And puttering around the house. I like to cook and play with my dog and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. That sounds.
And in the age of COVID, I've sort of become. I was sitting around, and I got this great view out of my front door, and I went and I bought a really cheap telescope.
Okay.
And I've been stargazing, and I really enjoy that. I like that a lot. So, I've always been sort of fascinated by the stars, and I think I don't know if I would say I'm going to get more into astronomy, but maybe I'm going to get more into astronomy.
Okay. Hey, yeah, that's something different. And it's crazy because during this time, like, people are doing different things that they never thought they would do. Like the other day, like I went hiking for the first time, and I never thought that would be something like that. I would turn that into a hobby. Yeah, it is. I love it. Yeah. And so that's something that I've been able to pick up.
Out here in LA, that's like everybody's thing. Everybody goes hiking. We go to Runyon Canyon, but we've got like these beautiful canyons and beautiful places to go hiking. Where you're on the East Coast, where are you?
Yes, I'm in Atlanta.
So are there good hiking trails in Atlanta?
Yeah, we have mountains on the outskirts and we we have mountains that are on the outskirts of the city. So we have some that are like 2 hours away, hour and a half. It really just depends on where you go. Yeah. So also, what's something that you would say that you can't live without?
Something that I can't live without. Music. I can't live without. Is that good? Should I stop there?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
People. I don't need them around a lot, but if they're not around at all, that's tough. My dog. Although,
Okay, cool. Yeah. And those are some really great things. And I, once again, thank you so much for taking time to come on the show. We had an amazing time. We had a pretty good conversation. And I will tell, and I do have to say this, if there are any acting positions for, maybe somebody wants a journalist to come on and report on something, or maybe they're looking for somebody of my aspect, let me know.
Okay, will do.
Yes. I am there. LA, New York, Atlanta. You just let me know. I'm there.
Well, sadly, I'm not in casting. So, although I always tell people, you might try this. It's like when somebody says, "Oh, you're such a good actor," I would say to them, you should go into casting. Get it. Anyway, okay. Well, Tyrik, thank you very much. I really appreciate the interest, and thanks for hooking this up.
Yeah, of course, no doubt. And you all out there, we'll be right back. When it comes to business communication services, Minuteman Press McDonough can do it all. With a complete range of products and services at your disposal, they can help you get your message out to customers, employees, and vendors. Using the latest printing and document management technology, they handle your projects from start to finish. Their energetic and experienced staff is dedicated to delivering what you need when you need it. Contact Minuteman Press McDonough today at 770-957-0012. They are located at 571 Jonesboro Road, McDonough, Georgia. Moye's Pharmacy and Wender and Roberts are small, locally owned and operated pharmacies dedicated to the best possible experience for each member of their communities. Whether you and your family have been filing your prescription with them for years, or you're new to the Atlanta metro area and want to take advantage of their new health clinics, express testing, or telehealth services, Moye's Pharmacy and Wender and Roberts are here for you. Make it better, one prescription, one person, one community at a time. Find your closest location at moyespharmacy.com and wenderrx.com.
Alrighty, that is going to be $3.18. Thank you. Alrighty, there's your card back. You're welcome. You forgot your coffee.
Two things we want you to know at Drip-Thru. We have 2 identical service windows, and we just want you to drive up, order, pay at the same window, and then we'll have you on your way.
Hey guys, it's Tyrik Wynn, and I am the owner and CEO of Wynn Productions LLC. We are your amazing local video production company right here, serving in Metro Atlanta. And of course, hey, we do travel as well. But our top specialties, what we specialize in commercials. So commercials for businesses. If you're a business, you own your own business, you need a commercial and a video for your business. The #1 way to market yourself nowadays is through video, and you can use Wynn Productions LLC. We also do TV shows. If you ever aspired to have your own show, we can film it for you, and hey, we can help you get it out to people, and we can help you promote it as well. Also, we do V-cards. That's something new that we do, aka video business cards. It's a video of you talking on the screen, and it's just like a regular business card, except it's electronic and it's video, so you can send it out to tons and tons of people. Also, another thing that we do, customer testimony videos. That's our #1 product. That's you getting customers to come on camera and talk about their experience working with you and your business. And of course, we do event filming, and the most important thing we do to make those videos pop, give you that extra dazzle and sizzle up in those videos, is we do drone and aerial filming. So hey, you got to make sure you get those videos from sky high. Well guys, hey, that's what Wynn Productions is all about. This is what we do here, and we encourage you to use Wynn Productions LLC, your local video production company. And remember, with Wynn Productions LLC, it's a win-win situation. Welcome back, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed my conversation with Mr. Jonathan Goldstein. Hey, that man is doing big things, and that man is big time up in the industry. No doubt about it. Well, y'all, hey, next on the show, I'm also going to have on another young actor, and his name is Adam Irigoyen. You know him, you love him, most famous for his role on Shake It Up with Zendaya and Bella Thorne. Yes, so Adam Irigoyen is coming on the next episode. And also, if y'all haven't had a chance, if y'all haven't heard, Tyrik on the Move has a spinoff, Tyrik Wynn Live, and that is my Instagram live series. So I do all types of great interviews on there. And actually, this upcoming week will be Hell's Kitchen week on Tyrik Wynn Live. I'll be bringing on 2 lady chefs from Hell's Kitchen, and so you guys will have a chance to see me interview them this week on Tyrik Wynn Live. I'll be interviewing one on Monday, and then I'll also be interviewing another one on Wednesday. And yeah, so I definitely hope y'all will tune in to Tyrik Wynn Live on my Instagram. Make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram at Tyrik Wynn _TV. And yeah, it's Tyrik Wynn, and then it's Tyrik Wynn TV on Twitter, and then also Tyrik Wynn TV on Facebook, which is actually something I've been meaning to do. I gotta remember to shout my social media out on my show. Should just make a commercial for it. And also what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start shouting my books out some more. I gotta get that. You gotta monetize this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I monetize it, of course, with the advertisers and the commercials and the advertisements and stuff. But of course, I gotta monetize my own products as well. So make sure y'all go get my book. Green is the Thing, Money Management for Kids. Parents, this is the perfect book for your kids if you want your kids to be financially savvy. This book will teach them how to start their own business, how to save their money, how to manage their money, how to open up a savings account. All of these great things tied into this book. And as you can see, it is a very short read, which is perfect for a kid, because y'all know kids' attention spans is like that. So this book is absolutely perfect for them. So you can go purchase it on Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. Just type in Green is the Thing, Money Management for Kids. Also, I have my other book, my quarantine project. It's called How to Create Your Own TV Talk Show. So listen, those are my journalism friends out there, my media people. If you are interested in getting into the media industry, or if you're interested in creating your own content and getting it on TV, this is the perfect book for you. How to Create Your Own TV Talk Show. It teaches you how to create your own content. It teaches you how to cover events, how to cover stuff. It also teaches you how to get celebrity interviews and get these celebrities on your show, or, you know, just to interview celebrities and stuff. I'll break it down all in this book, and of course some other things I have in this book as well. So make sure you guys go purchase that on Amazon.com. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Tyrik on the Move. I'm your fantastic host, Tyrik Wynn, and I'll see you guys next time.